This is Tony from Tony's Board Life, and thank you for coming back to another turn in Case Green. We will be going through turn 2. We are turn 2 of a 10-turn game, and we'll be moving on to the replacement phase. First thing we do is in the replacement play, all air units from both players are placed in the available side of the holding boxes. They are now ready for in play. We have 5 German aircraft available for air operations. Next up, we have replacement points to use rebuild dead or reduced units. Units that receive replacements move and fight as normally. So we will get 1 aircraft, which this unit right here is an aircraft, so it will get moved to the available. Now I will get 2 mechanized, 3 non-mechanized, and 2 tank battalions. So we have our 1 tank battalion. We do not have mechanized, but they can be used as non-mechanized. So I could have a total of 5, so we actually will have 4. So these will go out to their particular. Now with these, they will, if they are a 2-step unit, they will need to be, hope that's only a single step, and I believe yeah, these are all single step units. Okay, and they will go out to the map. So the 6th Division of the 12th Army of the Germans will be placed next to another unit of the same German size. It has been placed next to the 7th. So we have the 6th and the 7th Division next to each other. We now have these 2 border units and this Fallschirmjäger that needs to be placed as well. So we will put those out to the map. I will be placing the 2 border units next to this independent 18th company. These units have now been placed. I will now also place this Fallschirmjäger unit as well. Our last unit is a tank unit. In this case, it is the 2nd Light Tank unit, and it will be placed into this general area over here. I have now placed it with the 1st Panzer headquarters. It is now time for us to get our victory points with this. So with that, enemy receives victory points for friendly replacement units spent. We've spent 5 units, so we will go up 5 units, 5 points. We have gone up 5 points for the points that were spent, and 5 points for any, or 1 point for each unit is still in the dead pile. Currently, the Germans have nobody in their dead pile, so the Czech player will receive only the 5 points. So we are now on to the movement phase here. This shouldn't take too long getting movements in here. We have definitely got some, transaction and some movement going on here, but it shouldn't take us too long. I'm still getting stopped up here on the entry ports, so we're going to see how this stuff kind of works out. So let's go ahead and kind of work on that and see what we can do and see if we can get some in. So these guys over here are going to stay the same. This guy, let's see here, that's a 4-8. There's a 9-6 there. So we're going to move this guy right here. And then, yeah, sure, I think I can move these guys in here. And these guys are going to move down their way. So we got, yep, plenty of capability there. So hopefully these 2 can take care of this fortress right here. We're good here. So let's go ahead and move in closer here. So I think what we'll do, we're going to move into here, and then we'll move that guy into there as well. It's just can't get too much on. It's, you know, it's basically, other than on the road, it's 3, so things can definitely get to, might take a little while for it to get moved there. In here, yeah, this is just going to be tough to get in here on this side. So yeah, that's that. Let's take a look here. Let's go to the other side here. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to take a look here. Everything looks pretty good here. I think I've got everything I can in here. Well, let's see here. Okay, I think I can maybe add, those are all 4/8. Oh, those are mechanized. Yeah, so what's kind of sucks is these are mechanized, so they can't actually go into this area here. So yeah, it's a pain in the butt on that one, for sure. Okay, so there's that one. So let's go ahead. We're going to move down to here. These are good here. So that's good. Let's see. I do have 10/6. This is really one of the only ways to kind of get through here. Oh, that's why. Okay. So yeah, this could be an interesting situation here. I think what we'll do, we will move that back on the road. I think getting into here is not going to be too much of an issue at all. So that'll be good. So we got in here. So this one's going to move into there. This one goes in there, and I do have, yep, see, there's a fort in there. Those forts are pretty wicked getting through. I can move these, turn those, because those, can't move those. Yeah, that's there, so that's good. So let's move a little bit farther down here. Okay. So eventually I'm just going to have to attack, but I think what I need to do is we'll move this guy in here. And I'll move 2 in there. That'll help out a lot. That will help out immensely. And I've already got a stack there. So we have just finished all of the German movement turns, and it will now be off to do the combat turns. So we'll off to that. Okay, so I actually had to kind of change some camera mounts here, so I'm able to get some of these slides, some of these combats in. So let's go ahead. We're going to take this here. We are going to go here, take this out here, take. So we're basically going to be putting all of these 4 against these checks right here. So as we look, so we have 5, 10, so that's 15, 24. Now I'm going to have to go through this here. So we have 24, and what does a fort do? So we got to look at the forts. So the forts, this is a heavy fort. Yep, that's a heavy fort. So the heavy forts are the defenders times 3, and 3 shifts to the left. So we have 9 times 3 is 27. So 27, and this guy is 24. I'm going to round up to the defender. So they are on the 1 to 2, which go down to the 1 to 3. So let's take a look here. These heavy forts are pretty something wicked. Okay. Now the attacker. Yeah, so we can put some friendly air units. So are we going to throw some friendly air units in there? I think we will. So we'll throw an air unit in here, and we'll throw air unit there. So we'll have to do that. Tanks, 1 per qualifying hex. So that will bring it up to 1 to 2. So we're going to be rolling on the 1 to 2 here. Now let's take a look at the air battle, because that's got to go. So when we do a battle, we got to do the air battle first. So let's see here. Okay. Okay. So so what I need to do is I need to roll, and I need to roll 2 dice to see which one works here. So I've got my gravity dice here. So the Germans are the hollow, and the Czechs are the solid die. So we're going to go ahead and roll these. And what we have to do is they actually have to reach the 2. If the German rolls a 2 or less, this is destroyed. If this rolls a 1 or less, it's destroyed, or the other side's destroyed. And let's see here. So we've got 3 on both. So neither of them destroy each other. Okay, so he will actually get. So we'll be rolling on the 1 to 2 with that. So on the 1 to 2, we're going to roll the dice and see what happens. This heavy fort is pretty wicked. And there's not any die roll modifiers per se. So we're going to go. So we rolled a 7. When you roll a 7, you have to roll again on a different one. This is kind of like the randomizer of it all. So we rolled a 4. So a 4 is a 1-3. So in this case, that's not good for the defender. So it's a 1-3, so they lose 1. So he's going to pick this one. That's going to the dead pile. And I have to lose 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So that was an extremely good. It was an extremely good thing for them. So, which is not good for us, as we would say. So then these guys can actually move in. So these guys move in here. This guy goes to the flowing box up here. So we had our first kind of roll in here, and this also goes into the flowing box. So we've breached the fort line here. So they can start moving in here. So we really need to make sure that we get some guys down here and start going in. So that one's pretty good. So let's get on to the next one, which will be right here. So there's some stuff going on here. So this is, again, a major fort. So this one will probably not go as good for the Czechs. Yep, because we got 3 divisions, yeah. So we're good with the stack. So we have 10, 15, 28. Okay, let's take a look at this. So we have 10, 15, 19, 28, 37, and then 42. I think I added that all up, right? So 42 to 6. Now, if it's crossing a river, and that would be a minor river, the attack strength is halved. And because they're all separated, so that'd be half. So we're looking at 24 to 6, or it was 42. Yeah, 42. So it'd be 21 to 6. So that would actually only 2 to 1. Yeah, so that'll be 3-1 on the attack for this. But 3-1 will go down to a 1-2, go down to a 1-2, and then because of the plane here, it'll be on the 1-1. So let's go ahead and roll and see what happens on a 1-1. We rolled another 7. So we got to roll again on the variable chart. And in this case, we rolled a 9. A high roll is not good for the attacker. So a 9 on that is 2 attackers' losses, no defenders. But I lose 1 air unit or tank battalion, unfortunately. So he uses 2, so he's going to take these two, yeah, because those are 1-step units. So they're going to go into the dead pile. He's going to go back, and back. And the enemy player chooses which, and so he's going to take out this air unit here, because you see it's a 2-1, so that's a pretty hectic. So that's going to go in the dead pile. So that one actually worked out. Nothing happened here other than they did lose 2 units, which is always a good thing to do for the Czechs. Anytime the Czechs can cause any issues, it's a good thing for them. Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, so we are looking at here, and here. So we are again in a strong fort. So our defense is actually 9, 10. Oh no, just 9. So that's 18. He has 19. So it's going to be 1-1 to start off with. It is a major fort. So that major fort will go to a 1-3. Then we have 2 things. So 1-3 it's 2 tanks. So 1-3 is going to be a roll, and in this case we rolled a 4. A 4 on the 1-3 is 1-1, and so these guys will lose 1 unit, 1 step. So that's going to go there. The Czechs lose 1, so we're going to take that fort. We're going to put it down there. And this has an asterisk, so I get to destroy a tank. So we're just going to go ahead and destroy that tank battalion right there. So there we go. Off so far, getting there. The Czechs are kind of holding their own. We're going to see they're getting some good destroyed here units. So let's take a look at this one. Again, strong fort times 3. So we have 11 times 3. So we have 33 here. So both of these are going to attack. So we have 18. 28. 28 to 33. That's going to be a 2-1. Or excuse me, 1-2. 1-2. He's going to throw in 2 planes. Pew. Pew. Okay, so he's going to throw in 1-2 planes there. The Czechs are just going to throw 1 into the mix. So let's see here. We'll start. This is simultaneously. So the Germans, those are for those. So he will lose that one, but it's simultaneous. So he's going to roll a 1. He rolled a 4. So this one goes to the dead pile. And these are there. So that will help. That will shift them 2 over. So we're going to be on the 1-1. So 1-1. Let's go for it. We got an 8. An 8 on the 1-1 is a 1 attacker loss and no defender losses. So we will continue. So those go into the phone boxes. And then we will just take one of these guys out and throw them into the dead pile. Okay, so we're really getting caught up here at these areas here. It's really getting difficult for the Germans to get across. We have broken through on 1 point so far. So let's see if the Germans can keep it up or not. So 19 and to 27. So that's going to be 1 to 2. Pretty easy. 1 to 2 with that. And this is, yeah, so we got 9. 9 times 3 is 27 to 19. So that's definitely 1 to 2. He has one here, so that'll be 1. So it's going to go to 1 to 3, basically. We're going to be on the 1 to 3 and just hoping for something positive on the 1 to 3. Those forts are really, so 9, that's not going to be good. That's going to be 3. So 1, 2, and this one will kill it for 3. And unfortunately, they will lose. They can choose to lose a tank, so he's going to lose this tank. So that did not work out so well. So there's that one. That was a really, really bad case here. So now we're going to get into this eastern edge here. Okay, let's get into this eastern edge and see how it's going. So let's take a look at, let's see, so he's going to go attack here because going across the river is not going to be good. We are only on a level 2 fort, or a medium fort, so it's 2 left and 2 times. So this is 10, or this is 9, so it'd be 18 to... Oh, these guys can move in here. Hold on. We're going to play this in here. We're going to throw that in there. I think I can throw that in there too. So these are all in here because there's I can have up to 3 divisions in. And right now I only have, because of the halves, I only have 2 full divisions. So we have 18 and 2, 12, 17. So yeah, 18 to 17. We're supposed to round up for the defender. So it's still going to be 1 to 2. Which will go down to 1 to 3. But these 2 will bring it back to 1 to 2. This one will bring it back down to 1 to 3. So we're going to be rolling on the 1 to 3 table. And they throw a 9 on the 1 to 3. So that'll be 3. 3 of these guys gone. So 1, 2, and 3. So these 3 will go away. It is an asterisk, and when there's an asterisk on there, the defending or whatever side has the asterisk on it has to take either a plane loss or a tank loss, and in this case it'll be a tank loss because the enemy, or in this case the German player, gets to choose it, so this tank's going to go away. But I can tell you right now, the Czechs are extremely excited about how things are going with their fight right now. So let's go on to this next one here, which this is 7. So that'll be 14. So what do we got here? Do we actually have some here? Yes, we actually do. We have 16, 26. So it's going to be 1 to 1. So that'll be 1 to 3, but that will bring it back over. So 1 to 2. So we're going to be rolling on the 1 to 2. And we get a 10 on the 1 to 2. That's probably not good. 10 on the 1 to 2 is 2. Yeah, we got to roll low for anything. 2 losses. And so what we're going to do is going to take these 8s and we're going to flip them over. So these 8s got flipped over. We're not going to lose these guys because that'll count towards points in for the Czechs. So we really don't want to lose units if we can kind of keep them there. So we've got that fight all done. So now we're going to move here. And we're going to take a look at this one here. So this one is, again, a level 2 fort. So it's only 2 times, so it's 20. So we have 10, 8. So we have 26. So that'll be 1 to 1. Goes down to 1 to 3 with the tank. It'll be back to 1 to 2. And we need to roll low. And that's a 9. And a 9 on a 1 to 2 is... Oh, yeah, okay. So it's 2 losses again. So we'll take these 8s and they will get flipped. And the Czechs will actually lose a tank. Or an airplane. They're down to just 2 airplanes. Yeah. So we're going to take this 1-1 right here. This 1-1 right here. It's going to go into the dead pile. And then that's going to call that one. Okay, let's continue down. And looks like I'm going to need to change camera mounts. Okay, so I got the camera mount changed so I can get into these a little bit easier. So 19, so this is going to be 6-1. That's all it's going to do. But what's the fun part about this is they have to battle and they can only move forward one. So it kind of prolonged them. If it's over 6-1, it's reduced to 6-1. So that is a 7. So they still have to roll again on the random one. So that's an 11. Is 3 to the attackers, 1 to the losers. That actually did not work out too well. So this guy will definitely go away. There's 1, 2. So he's in the dead pile. And then he will get flipped. But he is going to be able to move in here like so. Okay, let's move down to the next one. Okay, here we go. So we have, this is again a level 2. So that's 9, so we got 18. So we have 14, so that's 1-2. So, okay, so what we figured out here, we have 10. So we have 14 to 18, so it's going to be 1-2. It's going to end up being on the 1-3. 1-3, and it's a 7. So if they roll low, it could go good. 6. A 6 is a 1 and a 2. So they've got to take 2 step losses. So that'll be 1, and then that'll be 1, and then we flip this over. That'll be 2, and he loses 1. So I think we'll just take this guy and he'll go away. Okay. So that actually helped a little bit. Okay, let's, sorry, got a little distracted there. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next battle, which we have right here. So we have 15 to, that'll be double 14. So 1-1, but it'll be 1-3. And then we're going to let that one go at 1-3. We have a 10 on 1-3. So that's 2-0. So that one's going to go away. And then this one is going to, I tell you what, these forts are immensely hard to get around. By all means, they're really slowing things up. Now, we are only on turn 2. I did make some progress. They have lost a lot of units. So moving forward, it could get a little bit easier with that. So let's go ahead. We're actually going to hold up. So let me kind of show you what we've got going on here and what I'm going to not do. So I am not going to attack across here, not with that being a third. Well, that'd be a 20, and then this will be halved because it's across the bridge. So yeah, that's, or across the water. That is not going to be good. So So we're going to kind of hold up. We're not going to let these guys get in here. This is kind of be more of a defensive setup. And this one, again, is double. So that's 9, that's 18. That'll be 16, but halved. And that's a major river. So a major river is actually a third. So that's not good. This we're going to have to go. So, oops, how did that get in there? Jeez. So that'll go into those areas. So go with the Germans is to come around from the outside. So come around from up here and come down here. Or maybe not even mess with this because they're really here to make sure these guys don't come across and go after these 12 victory points in Vienna. That's kind of the whole idea with that. Bratislava doesn't have any points. Brno does, but it can become from here, up here, down here. So there aren't really any real points in this area other than to take out units. So it's not really a necessity for these guys to attack and maybe even give the Czechs even more points. As you can see up here, that's a dead pile for the Germans. That's the dead pile for the Czechs. The Czechs definitely did do some serious damage with this. So we'll see how that works out. Now, let's continue on with the sequence of play, and we can go from there. Okay, so sequence of play, exploitation, Czech supply for 4 units, again, no problem. So we're pretty much so, exploit is done, so we will be on to the the Czech player turn next. With that, I will see everybody later. In the next video, we will take a look at the Czechs, which generally is a shorter video. So we'll talk to you later. Everybody have a great day.